Good day and magandang RMMC. Today, our group was assigned to report the topic Theater Acts. For the topic outline, we will be discussing the following. First is the definition and types of theater. Second is the origin and development as well as its elements. Third, the acting. And lastly, the building plays. The word theater is derived from the Greek theomai, which means to see. The performance itself may appeal either to the ear or to the eye, as is suggested by the interchangeability of the terms spectator, which derives from words meaning to view, and audience, which derives from words meaning to hear. So, theater act is the study of the many areas that give us theater, literature, art, music, and dance. It is also a collaborative art form which combines words, voice, movement, and visual elements to express meaning. The field of theater encompasses not only live, improvised, and scripted work, but also dramatic forms such as film, television, and other electronic media. Also, it is an art concerned almost exclusively with live performances in which the action is precisely planned to create a coherent and significant sense of drama. Theater is about the examination and resolution of fundamental human issues and is built on understanding and presenting interactions between people. So, it has four artistic processes, which are creating, performing, responding, and connecting. Now, let's proceed to the types of theater. So, drama are designed to generate an emotional response from audiences. They often deal with more serious topics, and the characters may be grappling with difficult challenges and decisions. So, this includes the performance of plays or material improvised by actors. A staple of many cultures, drama evolved from religious or ceremonial activities to become a fundamental means of entertainment, storytelling, and education. Modern dramatic performance can include the revival of plays written thousands of years ago, as well as works created by modern playwrights. Improvisational theater differs from classical drama in that the performers make up the story, characters, and lines as they perform, often for humorous effect. Next is ballet. So, ballet is a performance, the content of which is embodied in musical and choreographic images. At the heart of a classical ballet is a definite plot, dramatic concept, and libretto. So, in the 20th century, there are appeared the ballet without any plot, the dramaturgy of which is based on the development set to the music. So there are three main positions in the ballet: the soloists, the chorus, or the representing group of dancers, and the orchestra. So the basis of the ballet is some literary work on which the script libretto is written. In ballet, there are the main types of dance: classical dance and character dance, as well as pantomime, through which the characters or actors convey the feelings of the characters, their conversation with each other. The opera. So this is typically combines acting and song. In some operas, all of the action may be sung and acted out simultaneously, while others have separate periods of song and spoken dialogue. So also, it is a dramatic form of theater that includes scenery, props, and costumes. In opera, however, the actors are trained singers who sing their lines instead of speaking them. An orchestra accompanies the singers. A conductor coordinates the singers on stage, and the musicians in the orchestra pit. So, opera consists of many dimensions: the human voice, orchestral music, visual arts, which includes the scenery, costume, and special effects, the drama, it can be tragedy or comedy, and occasionally dance. The melding of these elements creates a multidimensional theatrical experience.
Okay, let's proceed into origin and development of theater. Greek theater is considered the initiator of the theoretical tradition in the West. It is believed that theater derived from ritual representation of a shamanic or religious type. Do you know shamanic? Shamanic it is related to the beliefs and practices associated with a shaman. And also, they believe to achieve various powers through trance or ecstatic religious. These rituals were used by primitive human beings in the hope of fighting disease, invoking rain, or demanding victory in war. Therefore, it arose in different cultures at the same time, thus existing an Indian theater, which is Brahmanic, the Chinese theater, which is the Greek antiquity. Next, the basic elements of the theater. First, the stage. Stage place where the performance takes place, be it a theater, the street, a park, or a living room of a house. Are you familiar with the stage? So, in theater or the performing arts, the stage is a designated space for the performance of productions. The stage serves as a space for actors or performers and a focal point for the audience. And as an architectural feature, the stage may consist of a platform or series of platforms, and in some cases, this may be temporary or adjustable, but in theaters and other buildings devoted to such productions, so the stage is often a permanent feature. Second is the actors. Actors represent the characters in the play, generally differentiated between protagonists and secondary characters. So, actor or performers are the people who entertain an audience by acting, singing, or dancing. And also, they play characters on stage or screen and work with the direction of the creative team to bring a piece of theater to life. So, what are the main responsibilities of an actor or the performer? So, all you need to do is to take direction from the director or the choreographer and also learn lines, songs, the dances, and especially perform other duties laid out in the job description depending on the kind of show. Next is the text. Text the works have a libretto that is a script similar to the cinematographic one in which the dialogues and thoughts of the characters are indicated. So, text is like the script. So, the script starts the artistic process for a dramatic performance, but film, TV, and theater are all inherently collaborative. Directors, actors, and designers interpret the script. Sometimes these professionals uncover new insight about the material that the original screenwriter may have never imagined during the script writing process. While a great script forms the foundation of a great performance, it is not the only factor in the artistic process. The next is the costume and scenery. Total of the decorative or air freshening elements of the work. So the costume is the creation of clothing for the overall appearance of a character or the performer. Costume may refer to the style of dress particular to a nation, a class, or a period. In many cases, it may contribute to the fullness of the artistic, visual world which is unique to a particular theatrical or cinematic production. The most basic designs are produced to denote status, provide protection or modesty, or provide visual interest to a character. Costumes may be for a theater cinema, musical performances, cosplay, parties, or other events. And also, costume design should not be confused with costume coordination, which merely involves altering existing clothing, although both creates stage clothes. After the basic elements of the theater, let's proceed into major elements of the theater. So there are six major elements which are the performers, space, audience, Visual aspects, directors, and script. So first, the performers. A person who entertain an audience and you have a goals if you are in stage. Pag as a performer, naajud kay goal kung mag-perform ka dara sa tubangan, focus sa imong sarili ug enjoy ang imong pag-perform. So next, the audience. The audience is the spectator or listeners in a event such as sa mga film, concert. So ang major jud sa theater. As an audience, ikaw nagatanaw sa ilang performance kung unsa ka gwapo, unsa ka hawod sa ilang performance. So next is the space. Space. Ang space a continuous area or expanse which is free, available or unoccupied. So next, the visual aspects. So visual aspects is one of the most important when it comes sa theater kay mao na siya ang gatabang sa performance ug nakapagwapo. For example, ang mga lights and sounds, and other equipments na involved sa event. Next is the directors. Directors is a person who is in charge of an activity, department, or organization, and also and last, the script. So like what I've said earlier na ang script is important sa mga actors and actresses na para mag-guide sila kung unsang ilahang maistorya or ma-express sa ilahang pag-act sa stage.
And now let's proceed to the acting on theater acts. Acting, the performing art in which movement, gesture, and intonation are used to realize in a fictional character for the stage, for motion picture, or for television. Acting, also known as an activity in which a story is told by means of its enactment by an actor or actress who adapts a character in theater, television, film, radio, or any other medium that makes us of the mimetic modes. Acting is generally agreed to be a matter less a mimicry, exhibitionism, or imitation than the ability to react to imaginary stimuli. Its essential element to remain in requisite in as stated by the French actor Francis Joseph Talma on his tribute to the actor Likin in 1825. The essential problem in acting, those of whether the actor actually feels or merely imitate, of whether he should speak naturally or rhetorically, and of what actually constitute being natural, are as old as theater itself. The ephemeral nature of acting has left and without many practical foundation and only a few theoretical tradition. In the middle of the 18th century, the German critic and dramatist got hold and prime lesson drew attention to his difficulties. We have actor but no art of acting. So an actor and actress really hard for them to act in the front of many people because you can speak naturally based on what given character, and notice that many of the actor or actors on that time perform using the big hold motion and classified theater, and because people didn't yet fully understand how persistent, confining, or unblinking the lens of the front of the camera was, because even before cinema began to really sweep the world in early 1990s, there had been a dramatic change in the soul of acting toward focusing on nature and realism.
Good day, this is Mildred V. Chavez, and I am assigned to report the theater building. Theater building is a collaborative form of performing art that uses live performers, usually actors or actresses, to present the experience of a real or imagined event before a live audience in a specific place, often a stage. In theater building, there are a lot of different part of stages, but I will give you 5 examples. First is arena. form of stage where the audience are seated on at least two, normally three or all four, sides of the whole acting area. This type of stages are used when no background is required and when the audience need to engage with the performance from all sides. Although the arena theater can accommodate theatrical performances, this theater type is better suited for other types of events, such as concerts. The audience may find moving around this space it's because of difficulty or get tired of standing. Auditorium, the part of the theater accommodating the audience during the performance, sometimes known as the house. Auditorium is the part of a theater building where an audience sits, as distinct from the stage, the area on which the performance or other objects of the audience's attention is presented. An auditorium includes a number of floor levels frequently designed as stalls, private boxes, dress circle, balcony or upper circle, and gallery. Backstage, the part of the stage and theater which is out of the sight of the audience, the service areas of the theater, behind, beside, or underneath the stage. Backstage is the area of a theater where the actors wait until it's time to walk on stage and play their parts. The audience can see what's going on backstage. The people who are typically in the backstage may be the stage hands, lighting and sound technicians, costume and wardrobe technicians, makeup and hair artists, props master, stage manager, director, and set designer. Balcony. The balcony is the upper tier or tiers. Sometimes, parts of the balconies will be called the mezzanine or the lodge, but each theater can call them pretty much what they want. While orchestra tickets are more expensive, for many shows, the center balcony is actually a more desirable place to really see the production. Balcony area is typically located above the main floor of the theater and has a railing that separates it from the main floor. Balcony seats typically cost more than main floor seats, but they also offer a better view of the stage. The majesty and the elite people occasionally sit in the balcony. Last is aisle, a passage through seating head to your seat at a theater, and a helpful usher will likely instruct you to head down the left, right, or middle aisle. It's as obvious as it sounds. The gaps between the blocks of seats are aisles.